good afternoon. We welcome you to a special presentation of baseball on Table Rock Sports. A rare look today at one of the top programs, well, actually the top program in the Oregon 4A in the Henley Hornets, taking on a top program, the Cascade Christian Challengers, the traveling team coming in with the number 3 spot in the Oregon 3A Power Rankings. We welcome you and we thank you for joining us. Jim McCoy here along with Dan Hartwell on the camera. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. This will be our first look, video streaming-wise, at the Challengers for the 2026 campaign. I already knew that this game was going to be a tall order come in, but this order will be a little bit taller with the absence of Grady Sickler from the lineup. The junior shortstop and pitcher has been recuperating from an injury. Thankfully, it looks like the recovery is going well, but he will be out of commission today. The Challengers are coming off a 3-game set against Lakeview last week, a rare league loss for the Challengers and a doubleheader Friday against the Hawkers, but they came back and won the nightcap by a score of 7-3. So with that today, Coach Kevin Schaefer is going to go with one of his youngsters. Freshman Jacoby Getman will take the ball and deliver from the hill today, and he has seen some action. He has been a top reliever for Coach Schaefer, but today he'll get the opportunity to start as we have Andy Alvarez and Blake Patro unavailable to Coach Schaefer today, so get a chance to look at one of those young arms. Meanwhile, Henley coming in here today, we're expecting them to turn to their ace, Glidden, who will be making the start today, and it's going to shape up to be a good look for the team, good experience building. We're going to see some faces we don't typically see in the Challengers starting lineup this afternoon, and we'll be excited to bring it your way and get you a little baseball action back home. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break right now, and when we return, we'll get you ready for the start of today's contest. It is the Challengers versus the Hornets here on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
It's that time of year again. Time for our huge truckload meat bonanza at Food for Less. Choose from Chairman's Reserve beef and pork, like in the bag New Yorks, tri-tips, boneless pork loins, and bone-in pork shoulder butts. We'll also cut it just the way you want for free. Look for all your bonanza savings on our Facebook and Sherm's Thunderbird website. So remember, always shop at our bonanzas and save.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the batting order for the visiting Challengers. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Bryson Walker. He'll be followed in the order by the right fielder, Seth Scaglione. Hitting third is the DH, Blake Patro, and in the cleanup spot, playing first base, Andy Alvarez. In the 5 spot, playing second is Nate Cool. Over at the hot corner is the big womp, Wyatt Hurley. Playing catcher and batting 6th will be Tucker Maven. Hitting 7th and playing left field will be Marek Satowski. And then bringing up the rear, playing center field, the speedster, Nash Crisp. The challengers will turn to Jacoby Getman, the young freshman right-hander, getting an opportunity to make his first start of the season. Now, taking a look at the home lineup, their batting order. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Connor Shively. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Carson Sims. The catcher hitting third is Jacoby Takini. Over at first is Ian Meyer. Behind him in the lineup, Derek Cox playing third. The right fielder is Corbin Hamilton. He'll be followed by the DH Cam Carpenter. The left fielder is Chase Barrett, hitting 8th, and hitting 9th will be the center fielder, Ryan Douglas. Mentioned last week, the Challengers wrapped up a 3-game set with Lakeview Paisley. Henley coming in after a sweep of Klamath Union, winning their single game last Tuesday by a score of 5-1, and then sweeping a double dip on Friday, 7-0 and 13-0. Non-conference action. This will be good for both teams in terms of good competition. We'll see some good pitching today. The Challengers will. The Hornets. Talking with Josh Eldridge. And by the way, our hats off to the folks here over at Henley High. Athletic Director Luke Hammond. And then also talking with the play-by-play guy. Does the stream on MyBase, and Josh Eldridge. Helpful fount of information as we get into today's game. Taking the hill for the Hornets is the sophomore right-hander, Hunter Glidden. He's got that classic pitcher's build, long and lean, long-limbed. He's getting his warm-ups in. Defensively for the Hornets, their infield, it'll be Meyer at first, Sims at second. The third baseman is Cox, and the shortstop is Shively. The outfield from left to right, Barrett. And over in center will be Ryan Douglas. And over in right will be Corbin Hamilton. Behind the plate is Jacoby Takini. And again, the pitcher is Hunter Glidden. Leading off for the Challengers, Bryson Walker coming in with a .310 batting average. Good on-base guy. .444 on his on-base percentage for the season. Second on the team in runs with 15. He's walked 8 times, struck out 6. And the team leader in stolen bases with 10. Here at game time, it's a little breezy. Some clouds in the sky, but no threat of rain in the forecast. Perfect day for a ball game. Game time temperature, 70 degrees under partly sunny skies. And then, probably about the time the game wraps up, it'll be down to about 67. These two teams will square off today. Then next up for the Challengers on their schedule, they'll be playing a Thursday matchup at home against Marshfield. So I invite you to come out to the park and watch them play at Lithia Driveway Field number 9. They don't have a time down, but typically they play at 4 in the afternoon. For the Hornets, after today, they'll be next again in action against Ashland. So here are a couple of teams that, well, they'll be league opponents starting next year as the Challengers move up to the 4A. Standing in, Bryson Walker, the shortstop. Pat on the shoulder. Want to know the count to the leadoff hitter. He's ahead in the count 2-0, and his MO as the leadoff guy. He's going to make that pitcher work and try to get on base about any way he can. Hitters count at 3-0. Leadoff man with Seth Scaglione on deck. Glidden pitching out of the stretch. Pitch low. And the challengers have their first base runner of the day. Here's lefty hitting Seth Scaglione coming in with a .296 average. 3 runs batted in. I always like high school hitter. More walks than strikeouts. 12-11 on that score. He'll lay down the bunt. The scoop to first, and there's one gone. But the sacrifice by Scaglione successful, and the challengers have a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up big Blake Patro. Patro with 5 dingers on the year. Pitcher looks at the runner at second, comes to the plate. That one down in the dirt. Walker's going to take off, and he dives into third. So the first run of the game is 90 feet away for the challengers with 1 gone here in the first inning. Patro hitting .500 on the year, 5 runs, 21 runs batted in. That pitch upstairs. And the pitch 2-0. Tacchini going to come out and pay his pitcher a visit. On deck, the cleanup man, Andy Alvarez. 2-0 the count to the hitter. 1 gone and a runner at third. Glidden comes to the plate. Swings through it, gets away from the catcher. Bryson Walker comes home. It's a 1-0 ball game. See on that pitch, great jump there by the base runner Walker. Back to live action, 3-1 count. And he draws the walk. Challengers draw their second base on balls of the inning. Here's Andy Alvarez. Pair of homers to his credit on the year. Playing first base today. He was the winning pitcher for the Challengers in their doubleheader split against Lakeview Paisley on Friday. Runner on first. 1 gone. 0-1 count. Top of the first. Looks like Glidden took a little bit off of that one, and a count now 0-2. Alvarez hits the ground ball. That's going to find the hole. Base hit for the Challengers. Their first hit of the afternoon. Patro, the lead runner, now in scoring position. Here's Nathan Kuhl. with Sickler on the shelf. Cool getting an opportunity, see him some time in the infield. Limited playing time, has 4 hits and 27 at-bats. Sophomore fouls it back. 0-1. Henley coming into the game, impressive 16-2 record. Challengers right there at 15-2. Cool looks that one in, and that'll level up the count at 1-1. Pitch down in the dirt. Cool. Head in the count. 2-1. With 1 gone. Challengers with a 1-0 lead. Bouncing ball hit down to third. They get the out at third. And the double play over at first. And that will retire the side. For the Challengers, 1 run on 1 hit. And no Hornet errors. We'll be back with the home half of the first following these messages on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Henley getting their first look at Jacoby Getman. Top of the order due up, Connor Shively, followed by Carson Sims and Jacoby Takini. Defensively for the Challengers in the infield, we've got Alvarez at first, Cool at second, Hurley at third, and Walker at short. Left field, Satowski out in center, Crisp. And in right field is Seth Scaglione. Behind the plate, Tucker Maben and Jacoby Getman. Freshman getting the starting assignment today. Shively stands in. Shortstop, left-handed hitter, looks at a ball. There's one down in the dirt, 2-0. Coming into the contest, Getman has thrown 10 innings in 7 appearances, has 3 saves as a reliever. And earned run average of 6.3. Right-hander pours that one in for a strike, and it's 3-1. Getman, that one down in the dirt. Shively gets the board on with the base on balls. And here's Simons, the second baseman. Gatman out of the stretch. That'll be popped up on the edge of the infield. Cool calls for it. So a pop-up. One down. Runner stays put at first. And here is the catcher, Takini. Throw over to first. Shively gets back plenty of time. Here's the pitch. Good looking pitch there from Getman. 0-1 the count. Jacoby working out of the stretch. Going to throw over to first. These two teams have seen each other before. You go all the way back to March 19th. The Challengers won that game 4-1. 0-1. Pitch up high. The runner goes. Throw down to second. And they get him. Crime doesn't pay for the Hornets. And there's two gone. Tucker Maben. The throw down to second. Cool lays down the tag. And there's two gone. One pitch. That'll miss for a ball. A off-speed pitch. That'll go for a ball. 3-1 the count. Should Takini get aboard? Ian Myers on deck. Takini takes the walk down to first. One on with two gone. Here's Ian Meyer. Meyer, the first baseman for the Hornets. Pitch low for a ball. Max Price, the courtesy runner for Takini over at first. Taking a decently sized lead off the back. Ball hit in the air to right field. Coming on, making the catch, Sascaglione, and that'll retire the side. For the Hornets, no runs, no hits. They get a couple aboard. One's wiped out on a caught stealing attempt. Now we go to the top of the second. Challengers up front. 1-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access, you bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the challengers here in the top of the second. It'll be Wyatt Hurley, followed by Tucker Maben and Merrick Satowski. Hurley with a home run on the year against Rogue River. Had a rough start to the season, but he has been warming up as of late. Here he looks at a strike from Glidden. 0-1 the count to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss, strike two. Glidden working out of the stretch. Bouncing ball hit down to first. Unassisted on the play is Meyer. And there's one gone. Folks, anytime's a great time to get your favorite drink at Dutch Bros. Just about one on every corner. They support the folks that support their community. And a great stop for after the game, Abby's Pizza, with all your family favorites. Abby's Pizza, serving Oregon for over 60 years. 1-1 the count. Tucker Maben, the catcher, had a big defensive play in the last half inning, throwing out Shively on a steal attempt. One, two, the count. The challenger catcher. Pitch upstairs. 2-2 with the bases empty and one gone in the inning. Challengers with a 1-0 lead. Maben showing patience at the plate, works full count against Glidden. Pitch, man in blue says it hit the inside corner, and there's the strikeout. There's two gone for Glidden. His first K of the afternoon, and this will bring up Merrick Satowski. Glidden sided in here in the second inning. Pitch up and in to the challenger left fielder. Glidden pours that one in. 1-2 the count. Satowski watches that one go low. That'll even things up at 2-2. There's the pitch and the strike for the Challengers. 3 up, 3 down in the inning. It remains 1-0 Challenger lead. We'll go to the bottom of the second. We'll have that for you coming right up.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Bottom of the second, we'll see Derek Cox, Corbin Hamilton, and the DH Cam Carpenter. Swing and a miss on the opening offering from Getman. In the first, he walked a pair of hitters. We got some defensive help from Maben. One the count to Cox, playing the hot corner today. And he ends up taking one on the arm and pointed in the direction of first base. Leadoff man aboard for the Hornets. Here's the right fielder, Corbin Hamilton. Only one hit in the ball game so far, that off the bat of Andy Alvarez. Hamilton, the right fielder, swings through that one. 0-1 the count. Throw over to first. And the runner Cox looking like he has designs of stealing on his mind. Getman comes to the plate, bouncing ball. Cool has some trouble with it. And we got two men aboard. So runners at first and second, nobody out. This will bring up Carpenter in the DH spot today, hitting in place of the pitcher Glidden. He shows bunt. That one hit foul down the third baseline. Hornets having a great season under the direction of Coach Sean Teeters. He's assisted by Marvin Rosser, Joe Tacchini, and Craig Connor. 0-1 pitch. They'll show bunt. Getman fields it, throws over to first. So they get the out. Carpenter laying down the sacrifice. That'll move Hamilton to second. And Cox to third. Chase Barrett, right-handed hitting left fielder. Getman comes to the plate. And he gets ahead of the hitter 0-1. Tying run just 90 feet away down at third base. Getman's pitch. Misses on the offering, and that'll even it up at 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Getman rearing back on that one. Getting it across now. He's ahead in the count at 1-2. Getman out of the stretch. Ball hit in the air to center field. That one's going to fall in. The tying run comes home. A second run will score. Chase Barrett drives home a pair to make it a 2-1 ball game. For the Hornets, their first hit of the game. And they make it count. Cox and Hamilton scoring on that last play. Little meeting of the minds out on the hill. Henley pulling ahead here to make it a 2-1 game. Everybody returning back to their stations. Hurley over at third. Cool at second. And Alvarez at first. Maben behind the plate. And here's the number 9 hitter, Ryan Douglas. High on the first offering, makes it a 1-0 count. Foul ball. We're even now at 1-1. Getman sets, throws, 2-1. Getman with 10 innings under his belt thus far on the season. Challengers with depth in their starting pitching between Alvarez, Patro, and there. Ground ball, that'll find the hole. Base hit. Runner goes into second. Runner holds at third. We got second and third with one out. Back to the top of the order. Connor Shively drew a walk in the first and was caught stealing. Pop foul. Getman ahead here. Ball lands in the outfield, base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. So Carpenter, Barrett come across. Pair of RBIs by Shively. Makes it a 4-1 ball game as Henley comes alive here in the second. Sims, number 2 hitter in the order. He popped up to second in his first at-bat today. Fouled off, lands behind us. Little reflex test. Got a 1-1 count with 1 gone. Reaches out and hits that one. Laces the base hit to center. Coming around and scoring the run is Connor Shively. So a run batted in for Sims. That'll make it a 5-1 ball game. Hornets with 4 hits on the day, all coming in this inning. And here's Takini. That pitch goes for a ball. It's 1-0. Runner at second, 1 out. Pitch fouled away. Takini, the big catcher, awaits the pitch. Getman throws. Bouncing ball to second. Cool. Parachutes it over to first. Alvarez there on the reception. And there's 2 gone. Sims, the runner, advances to third on the play. Ian Meyer who flew out in the first is the hitter. And once again, he hits it out to right field. There to make the play is Scaglione. And that will retire the side. For the Hornets, 5 runs on 4 hits and 1 challenger error. We'll take a timeout and be back with the top of the third right here on TableRockSports.net.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for
30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as the fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
New pitcher in the game for the Hornets. Coming in is sophomore right-hander Hayden Poor. For Hunter Glidden, he went 2 innings, surrendered 1 hit, and 1 run. Now his team up by 4. The Challengers will try to answer this inning. They go 9-1-2 in the order. It'll be Nash Crisp. And back to the top of the lineup with Bryson Walker and Seth Scaglione. Crisp, the Challengers center fielder. For Fall Sports, one of the best cross-country runners in the district. So he's an athletic guy, can cover the ground. Doubleheader last Friday in the nightcap. Crisp scored 3 runs in the game. Looks at the pitch high. Gets ahead here, 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. Upstairs, advantage Crisp. Left-handed hitter and an even stance. Four pitches, 4 balls, and the leadoff man on first. To the top of the order we go. Bryson Walker walked in his first at-bat of the day and ended up scoring a run for the Challengers. Starts out Walker with a strike, 0-1. Crisp will take off, heads down to second, and they got him. Takini with the good throw down to second. 1 gone in the inning. Walker gets that underneath the glove of the shortstop, Shively. He gets aboard. And here's Scaglione. Poor. Off-speed pitch, goes for a ball. Scaglione looks that one in, upstairs. 2-0 the count to the Challenger right fielder. Walker continues to edge in the direction of second, but doesn't go there, and right now got a 3-0 count against Scaglione. Poor comes to the plate. Scaglione watches that one in all the way. It's a 3-1 count. Runner on first with one down. Top of the third. That pitch will miss. Now down to first is Scaglione. Walker in scoring position. And here's the ever dangerous Blake Patro. Patro, the team leader in RBIs for the Challengers, with 21 on the season. Timeout called by the Hornets. Want to thank our longtime sponsors of Table Rock Sports, and that includes the Lithia Auto Super Center. Thanks again to the folks at Lithia for being our Game Center sponsor. Four out of the stretch. Patero fouls that one back. Patro, big fella, about 6'4", probably moving in on 6'5". Two-way lineman for the Challengers during football season. He'll look at the pitch high from Poor. That'll even it up at 1-1. Swing and a miss by Patro. It's 1-2. One, two from Poor. And it called strike three. There's two gone. Patro, not one to strike out much. It's only the fifth time he's struck out this season. Here's Alvarez. Fouls the opening pitch from Poor. 0-1. Alvarez 1 for 1 on the day. The high pitch from Poor makes it 1-1. Two gone, two aboard. Alvarez fouls that one away. Count 1-2. Off-speed pitch from Poor. Alvarez wisely lays off of it. Now we've got a full count at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. Challengers get a couple of runners on, but are not able to bring them around. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the bottom of the third on the other side of this break on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
The Hornets, who set 9 men to the plate in the second inning, scoring 4 runs, and presently they find themselves with a 5-1 lead. So we start where we started last inning with Derek Cox. Cox drops that one in for a base hit as it lands in front of Satowski. 5th hit of the contest for the Hornets. Here's Corbin Hamilton. Hamilton got a board on an error last inning, then came around and scored. Getman goes over to first. Cox gets back in plenty of time. Pitch high, 2-0. Tucker Maben comes out from behind the plate. We'll have a quick word with his pitcher. Cascade Christian, under the direction of head coach Kevin Schaefer, has had quite a successful run since succeeding David Martin as Challengers head coach. Challengers, the state runners-up in the 3A last year. Had another nice run back in 2023 where they were state runners-up to Banks. Three and 0 the count. Hamilton will draw the walk. Cox will move down into scoring position. And here's Cam Carpenter. Carpenter laid down the sacrifice last go round. He'll show bunt once again. Fouls that one back as he pops it up. Getman comes to the plate, drops down the bunt, throw down to first, throws in plenty of time. Carpenter with his second sacrifice of the day. That'll move Hamilton down to second. Cox now over to third. 1 out. And here's Chase Barrett. Barrett hit a 2 RBI double and scored in his first at-bat today. Getman starts him out with a strike. Barrett, the left fielder, number 8 man in the order. On deck is Ryan Douglas, the center fielder. Walker rushes a throw to first. Nice web gem there. And now we've got a rundown between second and third. Hurley throws home, and now we got a pickle between home and third. And they get him. So the Challengers get it done defensively, and that'll get them out of the inning. Henley maintains a 5-1 lead. We'll be back with the top of the fourth right after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
For the Challengers in the top of the fourth, it will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Nate Kuhl, Wyatt Hurley, and Tucker Maben. And the Hornets go to their third pitcher of the afternoon. We saw Glidden for 2 innings and an inning out of Poor. And now Ty Teeters, a sophomore. And he's seen plenty of varsity action. So another young pitcher. Henley with just 3 seniors on the roster, Shively, Douglas, and Meyer. Challengers only have 1. Nate Kuhl will lead things off. Routed into a double play in his first at-bat, back in the first. Advantage Teeters, 0-2 count. Pitch fouled away in the direction of the Hornet dugout. Kuhl stays alive with Hurley on deck. Kuhl swing and a miss. Teeters strikes out the first batter he sees today, and here's Wyatt Hurley. Hurley back in the second. Wyatt ended up hitting a grounder to first, unassisted put out for Meyer. Hurley ahead here, 1-0. Fouls that one off as the count evens up at 1-1. Hurley being patient here, ahead in the count. 2-1, one gone, bases open. Hurley with the advantage now at 3-1. Teeters works that one in, and now we got a full count. 3-2. Payoff pitch. And Wyatt Hurley draws the walk. So a runner aboard for the Challengers with one gone. The fourth walk drawn on the afternoon by the Challengers. Here's Tucker Maben. Maben just gets a piece of it. Teeters ahead at 0-1. Marek Satowski on deck. Maben, the Challengers catcher, earlier in the game, threw out a Hornet runner attempting to steal. There's strike three, and there's two gone in the inning. So Teeters with a pair of Ks in this frame. Here is the left fielder, Marek Satowski. Discussion going on between Coach Kevin Schaefer and the home plate umpire. Discussing their philosophical differences on the strike zone. Satowski will foul that one off, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. Satowski. Good eye there. Gets him ahead on the count at 2-1. Here's the pitch. Satowski working a good at-bat here. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. And Satowski draws the walk. So Hurley moves down to second. He's in scoring position now. Satowski at first. Nash Crisp, Challengers center fielder. He'll stand in as Teeters gets ready to go to work. Ball popped up in the air. And the catch is made. That'll retire the side. Challengers get a couple of runners aboard, but aren't able to pick up the run. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth with the Hornets leading in the game 5-1. Back in 60 seconds.
BLT 1, 2, 3 right now at Abby's. Abby's BLT celebration is on. 1. Grab a large for under $20. 2. Go giant and get 50% more pizza. 3. Sauce it up with our new signature sauces. Now that's legendary. Our BLT pizza is loaded with 2 kinds of bacon, fresh lettuce, juicy tomatoes, and real cheese, all on our hand-rolled dough. Celebrate birthdays, graduations, and sports parties for less with our BLT. It's as easy as ABC. Order now at abbys.com.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully. With the National Karastan Month Style Meets Savings event, get the lowest prices of the year on all luxurious Karastan flooring and save up to $1,000 or more. Plus, ask about special no-interest financing. Elevate your home during National Karastan Month Savings with Style, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
Our thanks to our longtime sponsors of Table Rock Sports, Sherm's Thunderbird, and Food for Less. If you shop at Sherm's, you will save money. Also, our hats off to Steve Vincent over at Avista Utilities. For over 15 years, a sponsor of the streams here on Table Rock Sports. Pitch and cool. Has trouble with the ground ball. Leadoff man aboard for the Hornets here in the home half of the 4th inning. Go back to the top of the batting order. Connor Shively. Shively 1 for 1. He's walked. And he singled. And got an RBI to his credit. Scored a run today. Runner at first. Nobody gone. Shively. Hornets shortstop the hitter now. Throw to first. Gutman out of the stretch. Runner will take off. Throw down to second. Douglas beating the throw. Gutman looks back at second. Comes to the plate. Bouncing ball down to short. Walker throws to first. Alvarez trying to make a play on him on that errant throw, and Douglas comes around. Scores to make it a 6-1 ball game. Sims standing in. He's ahead 1-0. 1 for 2 on the day. Had an RBI double. Also popped up to second. Swing and a miss, strike one. Backdoor throw to first. Not in time. Good looking idea there by the challengers. One and one. Runner aboard with nobody out. Gutman back over to first. Shively, with the look of his uniform, has all the signs of a guy who's played today. Pitch down low. We got a 2-1 count. Bouncing ball to second. Walker. Makes the play over to second. They get the lead runner. Sims aboard on the fielder's choice. And here's Takini. Throw down to first. Sims gets back in time. Takini has walked and grounded out today. Gatman comes to the plate. Ball hit in the air. That one's going to fall in front of Chris for a base hit. So Sims will advance 90 feet. He's in scoring position now on the dunker by the Hornets. They've recorded 7 hits on the afternoon. Here's Ian Meyer. He's flown out to right field twice on the day, 0 for 2. That pitch will go for a ball. 1-0 the count. Off-speed pitch will miss, and the count goes 2-0. Cox, the third baseman, the on-deck hitter. Gutman gets that one in for a strike. We've got a 2-1 count with 1 gone in the inning. Ball hit in the air to left field. And it is out of here. So here's that pitch from Gutman. The swing. And it flies away, a long ways away. Usually on flights that long, I think you get a movie with it. So there will be a pitching change for the Challengers. And it is a 9-1 ball game. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's that time of year again. Time for our huge truckload meat bonanza at Food for Less. Choose from Chairman's Reserve beef and pork, like in the bag New Yorks, tri-tips, boneless pork loins, and bone-in pork shoulder butts. We'll also cut it just the way you want, for free. Look for all your bonanza savings on our Facebook and Sherm's Thunderbird website. So remember, always shop at our bonanzas and save.
So it's not every day we get to see a home run hit at the high school level. Show you that home run ball by Takini. And as they say, he got all of that one. Out to left field. So a highlight for the Hornets catcher. Makes it a 9-1 ball game, and now into the ball game to pitch. Seth Scaglione will move in from right field, take over on the hill. For Seth, he can pitch. Hasn't. This will only just be his second outing of the season. Pitched a little bit in that game against Junction City a few weeks back. Derek Cox, the hitter. Cox hit by a pitch in the second and scored. And then singled in the third. Cox 2-1 against Scaglione. Swing and a miss, and that'll even up the count at 2-2. Pitch fouled up in the air, and out of play it goes. See a collection of fans down that first baseline behind the fence. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped up in the air. And that'll end up falling in. So Cox aboard. Runner at first. One out. Here's Corbin Hamilton. Ball hit in the air. There to make the catch. Nash Crisp closes the glove on it, and there's two gone. Here's Cam Carpenter. Carpenter, the designated hitter, sacrificed twice on the day. Both of them very good-looking bunts. One of the things you have to appreciate about the high school game that you don't see nearly as much in the modern major league game is small ball and the art of bunting. Plays like the hit and run. Got a 2-1 count. And that'll fall in for a base hit. That one's going to roll to the wall. Satowski will chase it down. Cox will come around third. Brings it home, scores a run. Carpenter gets to swing the bat and comes up with an RBI double. Chase Barrett, the hitter, gets ahead of Scaglione, 1-0. Swings through there, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Scaglione ahead here with two gone. Trying to shut the door on the Hornets, who have put 5 runs on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. Scaglione goes off speed. It's a 2-2 count, with a runner at second and 2 out. A ball is the call. That'll run the count full. 3-2. Scaglione, and he gets him. So that'll retire the side. Henley picks up 5 in the inning. They lead this game 10-1. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
We go to the top of the 5th. Cascade Christian Challengers. Top 3 in the order. It'll be Walker, followed by Scaglione and Patro. Up against a storied Henley baseball program that has produced, in their history, 9 state championships. And a lot can happen in the course of a game or a season, but Henley looking good in their pursuit of a 4A title. And again, with Cascade Christian moving up to the 4A ranks next year, these two teams will be league opponents. Two teams met during football season, and Challengers got the better of that one. Henley with its own share of successes in their football program as well. You name the program, really, and Henley has a very successful history, whether you're talking fall sports, winter sports, spring. Hamilton. Is pitch taken by Walker. 1-0 count. Bryson will foul this one off as it goes 1-1. Walker 1 for 1 on the day. He walked and scored in the first and singled in the third. 1-1 pitch. Walker, at his size, does not give you much of a strike zone to work with, as he looks to try to get aboard and get something going here for the challengers. He's ahead here at 3-1. Breeze continuing to blow in here in the Klamath Basin, just outside Klamath Falls. There's a strike from Hamilton. Got a full count to the Challengers' leadoff hitter. And Walker draws the walk. Gets the bases on balls to lead things off for the Challengers. Now the guy who's the man on the mound now for the Challengers, Cascade, started the day in right field and is now pitching. He laid down the sacrifice in the first that moved Walker into scoring position and then drew a walk in the third. Scaglione takes a wicked cut at that one. Hamilton ahead at 0-1. Scaglione swings and misses. Strike two. Scaglione swings through that. 3 pitches, 3 swings, 1 out. So Hamilton with his first K of the afternoon, and here is Blake Patro. Bouncing ball. They get the lead runner, and then they get the runner at first. Pitcher's best friend, the double play, and that will retire the side for the Challengers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 10-1 ball game. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Ten-1 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Scaglione, who came on in relief, remains on the hill for the Challengers. His first offering to Ryan Douglas is high. Two and 0 the count. Douglas, bat held high, fouls this one back to the screen. 2-1. Leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the fifth. That'll be Douglas. Then back to the top of the order with Shively and Sims. Scaglione gets him to swing and miss. Count even at 2-2. Parachutes that one in. Ball called. Have a full count at 3-2. And the pitch misses, and there's a leadoff walk. Ryan Douglas gets aboard. Back to the top of the order. And here's Connor Shively. Fouls away the offering from Scaglione. One on with nobody out. Runner will go. Heads down to second. Gets there in plenty of time. So a man in scoring position. Shively ahead in the count, 2-1. Gets a piece of it, and that will level it up at 2-2. Scaglione comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first. And there's one gone. The runner Douglas stays put at second on the play. Here's Carson Sims. Sims hit an RBI double in the second. Also scored a run in the fourth. And he's ahead 1-0 against Scaglione. One and one to Sims with one gone and a runner at second. Jacoby Tacchini on deck. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Scaglione seeming to settle in here. Pitching in relief of Jacoby Getman. Bouncing ball. Diving for it is Walker. Really nothing he could do there but pocket that one. Discretion being the better part of valor. Well, that'll put runners at the corners. With one gone, here's Tacchini. The on-deck hitter is Ian Meyer. Scaglione looks into the right-handed hitter, Tacchini. His pitch upstairs, 2-0. Again, another multi-sport athlete for the Challengers. Scaglione, a part of that state championship winning football team. That one over the screen and back out of play. It's 2-1. Of course, when you talk about the Scaglione name, that's a name at Cascade Christian, often synonymous with swimming. His cousin, Christian Scaglione, is the head coach for the swim team. His cousin, Raiden, also works as a Challenger assistant. Runner from first ends up taking second on the wild pitch. We've got a 3-1 count to Takini. Tucker Maben, I tell you, that thing hung up in the air for what seemed like an eternity. Does a nice job to make the play there, and there's 2 gone. So 2 gone, 2 aboard. And here is Ian Meyer. His pitch in the dirt. Maben doing a good job there, keeping it in front of him. And I'll keep the runners at bay. So we got 1-0 count to the Hornet first baseman. And this pitch will get away. And coming in to score is Ryan Douglas. And by the 10-run rule, that will end the game. So the Henley Hornets take this non-conference affair by a score of 11-1. Show you the highlight of the day, the big home run. Ian Meyer at the plate, gets a hold of it, sends that one into orbit, a no-doubter. Putting an exclamation point on a successful day for Henley. So with the victory, the Hornets run their record to 17-2 on the year. For the Challengers, their record goes to 15-3. And for the Hornets, this avenges the March 19th loss, where the Challengers won that game by a score of 4-1. That'll wrap things up here from Klamath Falls. And on behalf of our executive producer, Joe Brett, and my cameraman, Dan Hartwell, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for joining us, and have a great evening.